I know everybody loves hot pot, right? Hot pot's great. You probably got to be careful where you're getting your hot pot in China, though, because this has recently surfaced a lot of hot pot meat being stored.
Maybe rather eat it abroad.
Yes.
Not in China,
And it gets stored in these frozen blocks.
Yeah.
But
these meat blocks are something out of a horror movie. Imagine you, and you know when you're a kid, and you like, when you're like a teenager and you and your friends dare each other to like open that dark room or whatever, or like, let's sneak into that old building.
Yes.
You open this and it's like you put on your flashlight. It's meat blocks.
Well,
like
look,
this.
it looks like a brick wall made out of meat over there, isn't it?
It's like organized.
It's like meat obelisks or whatever. What is this? I don't quite understand what's going on here. It's terrible. Meat bricks. These are meat slabs.
These are meat slabs.
Yeah, like bro. Look at them.
Do you guys like hot pot? Yeah, out in the chat.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to point out that it's not the fact.
Moldy.
Yeah, it's not the fact that it's just stored this way.
It's a straight brick wall. Another meat in the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Another pork in the wall.
But if you look closely, there's a lot of mold, and you're going to end up eating that anyway because they'll just scrape it off.
Yeah, wait, what is this PSA? Nothing changes here, dude. You just don't know. Finally, you see inside the sausage.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem is when you go to that hot pot restaurant in China and you sit down, they're going to be getting their meat sourced cheaply, right? It's going to be for a place like this. And when you're getting that great deal, just remember that this is what you're eating, but they just scrape that mold bit off.
For those of you that are new here, Winston and I lived in China over a decade, so we've eaten our fair share of moldy brick meat.
Yes, absolutely. I used to love it, by the way.
Yeah, it still tastes good.
Yeah, it tastes great. As long as you boil it enough, you probably won't get sick.
Yeah, bro.
But that just is kind of a sickening scene.
It's so gross. Look at how deep the mold is on the bottom ones. Actually, it's all over if you really hone in on it.
Yeah, look up at the top. You see, like, it's basically just a mold brick, that one up there. Look at that.
Just ancient. Dude, do you remember when when was it from?
From World War II?
The Chinese government was using meat rations from World War II and selling it.
The worst part is they bought it from Canada or something.
Yeah.
It was like some European country found a massive stash
a stockpile
of meat that had been frozen, for rations for World War II.
Yeah.
And they obviously had to get rid of it, but like some enterprising Chinese business guys were like, you know what? We'll get rid of it for you. And they bought it and actually were selling it in China for people to eat.
Meat was
from World War II.
Older than anyone on the earth.
Yes. It's like ancient meat, ancestor meat.
Ancestral meat.
Yeah. We're going to show you some spit oil over here.
Spit oil.
So we've discussed this a lot, but there's something special about this clip. Spit oil is when the restaurants, specifically the spicy hot pot restaurants, the chili oil that they use in their spicy hot pot, right? When it gets thrown out, it's very easy because it floats to the top to separate it out of the trash. So you'll have a disgusting trash full of old rotten food and stuff, but the chili oil floats to the top. So these enterprising guys go and they scoop it out.
Got to keep them separated.
Yeah, exactly. And then they go and take it back to the restaurants and sell it to the restaurants at a discount rate, obviously. But my favorite thing is, if you look in the background, that Chinese sign says nutritious soup.
Yes, it does. I didn't see that.
Because there's obviously an advert for a restaurant.
Yeah. That's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, so, right next to there must be a restaurant behind him that sells like nutritious
You are a genius for finding this clip. That is so good.
Yeah.
I just love that that's in the same frame.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Oh, that is very funny.
By the way, a very enterprising chef working in a hotel has figured out a way to make sure that people don't get sick when they eat his sus food.
What's that?
Well, I'll show you. There's a little story came out.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah.
So gross, dude. This is the worst insult to injury.
So what is that stuff? Gentamicin? Is that how I say it?
Gentamicin, yeah.
So can you explain what gentamicin is?
So this is given to people to prevent diarrhea because it's an antibiotic, right? It's a type of antibiotic. It gets rid of bacteria, right?
Yeah.
So if you have this,
you
probably won't get diarrhea because it'll kill the bacteria in your gut, right?
Yes.
Now, why would you be... Usually you would be taking this because you have fallen ill.
Yeah.
But what if I could tell you, you can take it so you don't fall ill?
Yeah, I mean, like it says here, to prevent food poisoning, the chef of Nantong, Guangyishan Garden Hotel was sentenced for adding gentamicin to the dishes. So he was cooking like unsanitary dishes, but to make sure no one got sick, he was like basically pouring in
antibiotics.
He's pouring in antibiotics to make sure you don't get sick from his sus food.
He's like, please, no bad Yelp reviews. I'm going to give you antibiotics first. You know, you could actually market this because, you know, a lot of people in China, they'll line up in these like little dirty clinics.
Yes.
And they get antibiotic injections. They'll sit outside and do it. We have footage of this. Yeah. They'll have these IV bags and you drive by and you're like, what are you doing? Right? They're getting pumped full of antibiotics. This is like a cure-all in
That's
China,
right, yeah.
So you could actually market this, charge a little bit more for your hot pot or whatever, and be like, you don't even need to go to the clinic. We have the clinic here, in your pot. Dual use technology.
So, I mean, the only reason this guy got busted is some staff member was curious and called up. I can't remember who they called. It's in the article, but basically was like, you know, is it normal to put this into food?
Yes.
And then they got like a surprise raid and they found boxes of used gentamicin in the kitchen.
Yes.
They tested all the food on the menu. It all had it in it.
Like trace amounts.
Trace amounts in all of them. And they found 101 ampules or something in the chef's office that he was obviously going to be using.
That was his personal supply.
Apparently, he's been doing this since 2023.
Oh, okay. So he's been at it for a year.
Yeah. A year of putting antibiotics in people's food. And he's probably like, finally, I'm not getting complaints about people getting diarrhea from my food.
No, but I do have a flip side of the thing.
What's that?
Is you remember when we were in Beijing, our Beijing local friends told us, they're like, don't go to that place. And it was a hot pot place.
Oh, that's right.
They were putting opiates
Yes.
in, and this is like, keep in mind, drugs in China get you the death penalty, right? They were putting opiates in the hot pot so that people were like, I just can't get enough of this. And they kept coming
and
back.
Also
and
noodle ones as well, like noodle restaurants.
Yeah,
they were. And people kept coming back to these restaurants because there was opium in it.
And they're like, I don't know why, that hot pot didn't taste that good, but I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. They keep going back.
Just can't stop thinking about it.
So I guess this is not all that strange, is it?
Shoot.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Free meds at dinner.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I don't like the idea of being like basically roofied when I eat.
I know,
Isn't it terrible?
Oh my goodness.
What if you're allergic to that, you know?
There's a high chance, right?
Yeah.
What if there's a lot of people with antibiotic allergies, right? Penicillin and stuff.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that could also cause some weird adverse health effects.
Yes. Oh.
So it gave me a bit of a shock in the beginning.
If you ate a urinal cake, but you pissed on it first, and you added salt to it.
It does have a slight hint of urinal cake. Hey, look, he's got the Laoban posture with that. Arms behind the back. Yeah, he does.
They called this the forest of bees.
The forest of bees. The bees are everywhere.
Midges and mosquitoes.
Listen to the bees. Smoking dope in the morning before school opens up, selling crack in the halls, popping pills at lunch.
What a wonderful song.
Yeah.
What a wonderful song.
When I close my eyes, I can almost sing it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind